And just to give everyone a little bit of a taste, because we teased it earlier, we have somebody hanging out with us from Pennsylvania. Robert, it sounds like you've got something pretty interesting to tell us. Mothman is something everybody here is excited about. So what do you got for us, Robert?
Well, straight out, quite frankly, I'll be very direct. Valentine's Day 2007 at 7:30 in the morning. I got up, I was kissing my wife goodbye in our driveway. And for all you, anybody who wants to Google it, on Google Maps, you can look at my old house. It's a beach house in Ocean Shores, Washington. The address is 254.
Please don't hang on, Robert. Sorry. Just please don't give your address out or any identifying information just for your safety.
I moved. I'm done.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, somebody lives there, but okay, go ahead with the rest of the story, man.
Okay. Well, you know what? They can sue me. I don't give a rip. I mean, I'm just trying to be as realistic as I can. I mean, it's what I have to do for me. You know, I mean, but here's the thing, is that I was kissing her goodbye in the driveway. She was taking our family expedition in for an oil change at 7:30 in the morning. And over my head, I saw a big, I'll refer to it as an exodus of ravens or crows over my head. I was quite perplexed. I've never seen such a thing before. It was like 10,000 blackbirds, man, and they darkened. It's the most beautiful. For February, it was awesome. Very clear morning, like summer. So I looked between my 5-car garage and my home, and I see basically a winged man. He looked like Batman. I'm not going to say, you see the Mothman pictures and the big wings and red eyes. No, not a chance. This guy looked like more like Batman, probably, in the movies. And he didn't have big wings. I think personally that was because he had to fly between my house and my garage, which wasn't very, in short, I want to think that it was his diet, because he got a bird and I think he was eating it. And as part of his diet, which is the first time anybody ever heard of it. And you can't expand your wings if you're in a tight place like that. So he just had him in, and he was moving inline, streamline, but he flew right behind me, guy. And I heard the whack when he caught it, and he flew right behind me. I'm going to say about 5 feet and about 8 feet off the ground. And I spun my head around in front of my wife, because he went from my right to my left. He flew up a face of a cedar tree across my street, came back down the same side, didn't go over. Went up the street like 2 lots. And these are lots where people, bring their motorhomes and things like that during the holiday season, during the summer. And I didn't want to give her, I was a combat swimmer, man. I've done a lot of stuff. I didn't want to put anything in her mind. So I said, what did you just see? And she said, I saw a winged man. I never heard of the Mothman before. I was selling a property that day to a very good friend of mine in the area. He said, you saw the Mothman. I thought he was making a joke. Man, I'm going to tell you what, I never ripped more hair out of a man's chest. And I pulled him for him. Is he making fun of me, Scott? He goes, no, Rob, man. He goes, it's true. You got to see this thing. And I said, I'm telling you something. I called the Ocean Shores Police Department. Basically, we could start with there. I'll start with there. He was about 7 feet long. Yeah. Black in color. It looked like almost like a rubber suit. I have excellent vision. And I could not quite focus. It was like, I'm going to refer to it as a digital skin. It kept almost, vacillating, where you just couldn't dial in on the specifics. No red eyes. I heard the whack. He caught the one crow. I'm going to assume it's 7:30 in the morning. It's probably his diet. But
was
it's
Robert?
Not,
can I?
But there's many more people that seen it. Yep.
Yeah. I got two quick questions. I think. The first one is, it sounded like you were saying you didn't believe in this. You had never even heard of Mothman until you had this experience. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, the only thing I ever saw when before that, it was even a paranormal was a little entity, and I'm going to refer to it as Yoda, which is strange because my dad was a 33rd degree Mason. You know, you guys hear on all these sites these days how they're related to the devil stuff. You know what? Only the 1% of the highest Masons understand this, but they get their knowledge and their wisdom from this thing called Yoda. And if you look in the movie Star Wars, you see that, and you'll hear a little character called Chewbacca. Gee, ain't that a lot like Bigfoot?
Well,
Now we also hear
Yoda
about
let me
the
just-
Clintons and everybody else.
yeah. Let me just pause for just a moment to put a sign right here, Robert, which is you absolutely have to call us back, man,
Yeah,
in the future, because I know we are going to want to talk about that too. Okay. Because that sounds really, really cool. So,
but back to the
I'm
the
really
Mothman.
deep, man, but I mean, I don't want to call you back. Come on, man. Hear about the Mothman. I did see him.
yeah. Tell us
He's
about
there.
Mothman
And I
today.
saw
and we'll-
much more than that. But I just don't want anybody to realize that it's a lie. That's all I want to know, just for your benefit. And I'll call you back when you want. You let me know, boss.
Yeah, we just so this call can be about the Mothman, then we can do another
Yeah.
call about the Yoda guy and
Right,
the
right.
Masons and stuff. Lot to unpack there, and we don't want to. We want details about Mothman because I'm super excited about this.
It's
sighting
all
that you have.
affiliated, though. It's affiliated. It's all the same. Everybody wants to know where they're from. Listen, in short, may I say one last thing? It says in the Bible that he cast Satan, the Lucifer, who wanted to be like God, into the center of the earth, and a third of the heavens went with him of the angels.
So do you
what do you
think
think these winged things are? What do you think Sasquatch is? The Nephilim. I'm telling you something. They're not from outer space. They're from inner space. And one last thing, a TV. If you change the channel, you can see one TV, but you change the channel, the frequency, you get to go from the Dukes of Hazzard, to Price is Right. It's one world. It's not parallel universes, and they're not way out there. They're right here among us. But it's our frequency.
Well, hang on.
Just change it a little bit.
Hang on a second,
I have
Robert.
degrees in electromagnetic spectrum. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not
Good luck,
telling you
man.
you have to go.
Call me
We're not
back,
letting
please.
you go, bud. We're just
Yeah,
want to
we're-
get back to Mothman.
Yeah, I'm just saying for a future call, if you'd be interested in another Tuesday in the future. But I think Bree had just one or two more questions about the Mothman before we let you go. If you wanted to stick around and tell us.
I just want to ask about
Yeah.
your
I
sighting,
would like
get some
to
more
do that.
details about it.
Yes,
so,
please. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, man.
No,
I got a
you're
lot
good.
of knowledge, and I just really want to help you out.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to know about the wings a little bit. Were the wings flapping or was it gliding? Were they feathered wings?
Yeah, good question.
No, they weren't at all, man. And actually, to be honest, I tried to get my adversary, earlier. That's why you said not to do that. But it was to make a point. Because, listen, the truth is philosophical and the fact is fact. You and I could both be driving in the car. You see a light, I see a light. Now, it could be a Chevy truck coming down a mountainside, or it could be UFO. It's still your truth, right? It's what you think. But a fact is a fact. And we won't know until the FBI or whoever gets there and says, okay, we got the body, we got this, and it's a winged humanoid. All right, so there's a difference.
What do you
needs
think?
to really be considerable. Now,
well, hang on just a second, Robert. Hang on just a second for me, man, because we had a couple of specific questions. I know Bree was looking at, but we do still have a couple of other calls. So I want to ask kind of a general question, because it sounded like you were saying that Bigfoot and where the Masons get all of their information from is some other type of creature, and Mothman and aliens and stuff, like all of this is kind of rolled up, the Nephilim even. Is there something you
can bring it to a pinnacle?
Yeah, is there something
I
you
can
could
bring you
think
the bottom line
of?
answer that the world
hang on
wants
just a
to
second
know,
for
but
me.
everybody's scared. That's the truth.
Just hang on for me there, Robert. I got you on mute for just a second, okay? Because I want to get this out. It's real quick. Is there something that you could think of that would disprove these theories, these thoughts? Like for me, for instance, if I said to myself, my car is outside, it's in my driveway. If I walked outside and looked and my car wasn't there, like, hey, I could be I could just be dreaming, right? Or maybe somebody put a blanket over it that's invisibility cloak or something, right? But that would be something that could kind of falsify that thought for me. Is there something you could think of that could falsify this? And I'm gonna bring you back on, man. Sorry about the mute.
No problem. Not a snowball's chance in hell, man. And that
Okay.
the thing is what I just said. The truth, and I mean all that with respect to the listeners, to all you guys. I mean, it's I think your show is great. And by the way, I back Ethan. He's the king. So in sharper contrast, I just want to say that, man, I trained under my, I mean, I'm a professional athlete. I've done a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff, and there's certain things in a certain period of time that happened to me that actually, in short, cost me my family $2 million. I had to move from where I was from. I had to get the feds involved. I mean, it was bad. So when everybody really wants to get hear the real meat and potatoes, take our time, man. You got to show just for me a little bit. It might take a little time.
Well,
not on coast to coast radio. They can do that, but just to help you out for the moment, I mean, but no, sir, no. What I'm saying is a fact.
okay.
And it was traumatizing.
Well, Robert, I don't know if you're familiar with Facebook. It's a small little online company thing. And then there's this other one called Discord. I know that the Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist Facebook and Discord would be a wonderful place if you want to engage and interact with some people.
With us too, we're there.
With us, yeah. In fact, I think we're gonna do something after the show, right, Bree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After show.
Well,
yeah.
Robert, we really appreciate
you.
Me,
man. Because I really, you know what, I was the same way, boss. But I just have something that's considerable. See, doctrine is one thing. Everybody hears one thing, and then next thing you know, it's gospel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go that way. I mean, I have degrees in like the electromagnetic spectrum. I'm pretty sharp, like a big brain, and I'm considerable. And I like to talk with guys like yourself, so we can come down and finally get to the brass tacks of the matter.
That's what we like to do here.
We enjoy engaging with you. I enjoy your Mothman sighting. I'm gonna sit on it and think about it and come up with some questions for you for next time that we interact. That I'll be able to, and maybe interacting back and forth via text would be easier because you could really put your descriptors to work and use that big brain.
I think that would behoove both of you guys before we even probably did another show for Ethan, because I think that what I'm just saying, I don't think that he was prepared for the real deal today with somebody with the ammunition, the brain power, the sincerity, and the experience. And, it's like if somebody killed your wife and they ask you, how do you know you did? It's like, you shitting me, man. I'm pardon my language. I'm sorry. Are you kidding
me? Man.
Well, you know the pain you've been through it. So I'm just, in short, I'm just saying, sharper contrast. I'm just, this is how it was for me. And all I can tell you is the facts. You can come to your own conclusions. I'm not going to tell you what to believe. I'm not going to persuade it. But please call me. And of utmost importance, this means the world to me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to get this out. It means the world to me. That's the most important. Please, I like to think that you're never going to regret if you keep on staying in touch with me.
All
Please
right, Robert.
You message me.
Robert.
Just do it.
Robert, definitely come if you're up for it. Stick around and are you out we're on YouTube and on Facebook, but if you're out in the YouTube chat, we're gonna be doing a Discord after show. There'll be some links available. Come talk. We got a whole panel of folks like us you can talk to here in about 45 minutes or so.
And you guys got to call me. I'm 55. I got a brain injury from boxing. I trained under Muhammad Ali. I was 8th in the world. So I'm not really privy, to
Robert,
YouTube business. But
Robert, we appreciate you so much, and we're gonna let you go. But thank you so much. And I would love to interact with that again. I would love. There was a lot there, I think. Your questions about the wings, those were good. Those were good.
I didn't get a chance to really delve into it too much. So he wanted to talk about some other things and kind of went a little bit off the rail. If I could get him on the call again and maybe keep him focused on the Mothman stuff, I think we could really unpack some cool concepts and kind of figure out maybe even come up with some ideas about what was actually happening and what he was witnessing.
Because that's a big creature. I mean, what he was describing was large,
Right, and is in eating birds and interacting with the environment.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot
Big
to
deal.
to dive into, definitely.